goes to show how well they know.
Alright guys, tonton dapat buat perlawanan bersama Abu Bracket hari yang ketiga Onic Indonesia menentang tim Liquid
Ladies and
daripada
gentlemen,
Filipina.
here we go. Welcome to the match of the day. This is the highlight of the day, guys. Match yang even day 2, I was getting questions everywhere saying, Mirko, are you gonna cast a Tlph? I'm like, yes, it's tomorrow though. But we are here finally. Go and cast your votes in the comment section down below in the live chat. Is it Tlph or Onic ID that will make it to the knockout stage first?
They had an entire day to prepare for this
Sorry
match.
kalau tak HD.
I'm pretty sure they've also prepared way back.
Champion versus champion, guys.
Was a testament to just how familiar they indeed are with each other. I'd say the most unfamiliar we are.
Ni kemunculan Amon pertama, guys.
Amon would play out because it's the first time we'll be seeing it in a while. But if it's just really pure burst damage and finding targets, then I think it is gonna be a pretty reliable jungle pick.
Ooh, early game. Wow, what? Almost taking Oheb down, almost first blood, and Oheb still sticks to the flicker, doesn't want to utilize it to take as well here. And it does seem like for TL, they'll be happy with this.
Yep. We're seeing the emblems come in as well for both of these teams. Another pull yourself together, this time in the hands of Sans. The mid laners have been picking it up pretty often so far today. So that's going to be a lot more flickers for Sans, and I feel like that it suits his playstyle so well. Because like this is the type of Farsa who just literally uses the flicker aggressively whenever he wants to. But JP getting poked low.
Dia tak bagi ke jungle ni dekat enemy. Dia tutup jalan ni.
Oh, not so quiet game after all. First
Sans down.
And it's Sanji who picks it up against Sans. Okay, that's the rivalry between these two already. It does seem. Oh,
kena giveaway lele dia. What the hell, man? Kyrie down.
Sanji has landed 2 consecutive important abyssal arrows.
And that's why, for me, I'm not a fan of the Amon. Low mobility up against something like a Selena like this. Like the Farsa shouldn't well, when he's in Wings by Wings, I guess. But yeah, very vulnerable to abyssal arrows for Team Liquid. And you know how good Sanji is. Sanford zoning Keyboy away. This should be a free one. Might be actually a kill too. Keyboy respects it. Oh, Wings by Wings from Sans. So that's why he went pull yourself together, Brigida. Sans knows just how deadly Sanji can be, and they've literally won out the early game through Mr. Sanji.
Yeah, I mean, you'd be torn between the Purify or the Flicker, but
what?
You just have to pick one.
Wait, did Carry not get it? Or okay, he did. It's just the invisibility. I thought, oh my lord.
It was just the invisible armor all this time. But yeah, so far, even with the amount of wave clear Onic Indo has through the Farsa intro, it's interesting to see Team Liquid actually gain control of it. I mean, those were pickoffs after pickoffs too, and now we're seeing the rotations come in. Even though we expect fast rotations as well from them, you're always on your toes knowing that Team Liquid has the early game. And I feel like even Savero pointed this out before we headed into this match. You cannot give them the lead because they're a team who just doesn't let go of that lead.
But it's not like they were giving the lead. It's Sanji forcing the lead out of Onic. And you know, sometimes you just can't help it. When an abyssal arrow lands twice on 2 prio targets, you just gotta take it and try to come back in Turtle 2. And that's what Onic are doing right now. That's why they're playing super safe, extra safe, after seeing how accurate Sanji can be on the Selena in the early game. So let's talk about these individual lanes, because it's interesting to see that the Savero hasn't actually been winning out this lane entirely. You'd expect the
Aku rasa game 1 nanti Liquid menang,
teams have been rotating into the bottom lane. Oheb doesn't have Purify, so could be an angle to gank, but JP is too clean with those rotations, always covering these angles of attack away so that Onic can't get Oheb.
I mean, it was great that he was able to recover, because earlier on, I think in the first minute of the game, there was an early rotation from Sans, and we saw Oheb being poked down very low. So it's great that he's able to at least come back in this game, manage his lane a bit better, but he fully respects that this matchup might not indeed be that favorable for him.
Tapi ni ada high ground. Oh, pick off daripada Keyboy. Ada airstrike, flicker. Ui, bapak baik responsan, babi. Lily flicker. Hidup gila, Sanford. Kena pula arrow-nya.
Keyboy providing the cover as Sanji again is the man.
Kyrie kena zoning gitu je, guys.
survived that. And it's Tlph with a win again. You can see the lead getting too crazy now for Tlph. Tlph was
SRG akan lawan antara dua ni bah? Tak.
now he's gonna have a smooth
Belum
road
lagi.
in his own jungle, just clearing things up as Oheb picks up the gold crab and will push this lead even further. JP down below, Sanji too.
Yeah, you kind of see where this might just be going because the Yisun Shin is having a pretty decent time early on. Will Keyboy actually
Tendangan
find the target though?
mendapatkan
He lands the way
Sanji.
of the dragon onto Sanji, but
Sanji flicker, feather
just
strike.
won't go down. The endless shards
Keyboy
won't even
down.
be enough to take him out. Severo tries to deal with the other members with a heavy crossbow, but there's a clear lack of damage still from Onic ID.
Yeah,
Kena tu.
Kai popped in the ultimate, was not able to get Sanji, and that's a squishy member.
Hey.
So this is a problem for Onic. They're just lacking damage in the early game. All of the kicks have not resulted in kills, and it is really bad for Onic. They kind of need a snowball going for this jungle. Severo's doing damage at least. They were almost able to get a few kills, but almost is never
Pak,
enough.
kenapa Amon?
TLPH have been
Dia
the
nak main assassin yang tak ada
absolute
dash.
game number 1 so far. And that's
Sebab ada obvious kan. Nanti
that's a
leceh.
concern for Onic.
Mungkin macam tu.
Kind of like a victory dance for Team Liquid. Skypiercer done quite early in the game for Mr. Oheb.
Yep. I mean, Keyboy, he's had some very decisive way of the dragons. He spots out the likes of Sanji. He gets to use them and land them on these heroes. But again, I think it's not just the endless shards, right? Even the fettered airstrike can't provide enough damage just yet towards the members of Team Liquid, so they'll have to play things a little more careful, even trying to go after Tlph, forced to retreat under the turret. This is a massive problem if even the EXP laner is struggling this much with just the presence of Tlph and Sanford.
Yeah.
SRG lawan CFU
right now,
Rasanya
scaling
begitu.
very well into the game as Onic continue to do that too. They still are scaling up. It's just right now they gotta scale faster. TL are doing it at such a rapid pace that Onic might actually get outscaled.
Kickoff.
Jumps in with
Sanji. Dibentikan oleh JP.
Actually cancels it.
Sanji down.
This time gets to take Sanji down, but JP finds the kill onto Keyboy and is blocking the path of Severo as well. Oheb also makes it to the fight. Carl's easy looking for some targets,
Severo.
but they find Severo.
What a dark wave of the flicker.
Aduh, Severo down.
Now pops in vengeance. Oheb caught in the bad spot. Dark wave landing onto
Mati Sans.
Sanford gets him down. Now it's a shield unity.
How did they put themselves in this spot? Now Kyrie's
JP down. Aduh, Tlph pula dia dapat.
Infernal Pursuit's coming in for Sanford, but that won't help him get out alive.
Ya Allah, Tlph
It's
dapat
a
triple kill
triple
untuk
for
Tlph.
Tlph this time.
That's the fight that Onic ID have been hoping for since Turtle 1. And it finally opens up in Turtle 3. Keyboy doing a good job at zoning. Carl still able to secure the purple as Kai gets the turtle. Gold lead now down for TL to 1,000. Let's take a look at that fight against Sanford. What an amazing dark wave to land on Severo with the flicker there. Even Severo wasn't aware of that, but it did put the rest of TL into chasing mode, and that's what you don't really want up against this composition. Kai got an easy flank, was able to clean up, and it's a CCO.
Yo, and I feel like that was too aggressive from Oheb as well. He had to commit the flicker to chase after an Irithel. And you know that Irithel are the more favorable matchup when it comes to the Granger because you'll have to have a bit more precision in terms of landing those Rhapsodies. And then again, they found themselves in the middle of 2 turrets of Onic ID, so things weren't looking too good for that fight. And fortunately for Onic, they find a way to somehow catch up. There still is a significant lead, especially in terms of the gold laners. But Kyrie, after that moment, at least he's able to close the gap to a 300, 400 gold lead.
Oh, Tlph. Sans down. Wah, tak hidup by Sans game ni.
Keyboy looking for a trade.
Oh, will they still go for it? They cancel it with the dark wave, but the curtain call was already committed as well. Keyboy trying to look for a kick. He lands it on
Keyboy down.
JP,
Cuba
but
pick off
he's a
gagal.
laggy member. Now Sanford
Kyrie
gets
down.
punished, but Oheb, he just keeps throwing out those Rhapsodies.
The abyssal arrows are landing so easily for Sanji. He's threading the needle all across.
Okay, boleh tukar quality.
No
So,
heavy crossbow utilized here for Severo. He'll just take that, or he'll let Sanji take that turret. And yeah, Onic are on the back foot again. Team Liquid, dude, that was such a crazy engage from Carl too. That mountain chakra on Sans.
Sasha ada roda impian ni.
So explosive. And maybe this is why we don't see the Farsa as much anymore.
Yeah.
Maybe Farsa's just a bit too vulnerable.
A lot
Woi, kalau TZ level 14 lagi lah.
All the members of Team Liquid can just try to close in on the Farsa, and it wouldn't be that much of a problem anymore because you force out either the flicker or the wings by wing. So he somehow gets to escape, but Sanford, denying the conceal immediately. Abyssal Arrow nearly lands, but JP, he might just get bursted down this time. Tlph trying to take him down, but there's the third airstrike to finish him off.
Tlph down, Lele kena.
Zero, but the Abyssal Arrow lands in the back. Sanford with the flicker forward. Sanji doing the same. The San duo working.
Gila tak hidup bodoh San. Kiri Tlph down. Kyrie down.
Not even Savero with the heavy crossbow can do much. This is clearly an opportunity for Team Liquid to take the objective if they want to.
It's a small win left, small win right, then a massive win with an explosive Abyssal Arrow. Again, Sanji is just too darn good on the Selena. Ladies and gentlemen, there were 3 mage bans earlier in this game, in the drafting phase. And now with the Selena, he's putting his mark down. Sanford, let's take a look at this again.
I wonder how they coordinated that dive. Because like Sanford went in with the flicker, and so did Sanji with the flicker.
And then the Dark Wave.
And then the Dark Wave and everything else followed. Tlph nearly died there too because he had to take the endless shards, but we just go back to the entire idea that they're still trying to chase Liquid in terms of items, in terms of damage. So
jikalah tadi kita tengok video, saya dah post dekat YouTube.
Was there, but we're yet to see it in this game.
TL will continue to push now, enhance Lord of the mid lane. Pushing down JP, walking up a bit too aggressively there. They're just trying to set up for the Abyssal Arrows, really. Tlp's doing a good job though, curtain call.
Oh, he gets to use it on Sanford and JP, so they might have to retreat for a bit. There's the conceal too, however. So Onic, at least, able to deal with the Lord, but that doesn't eliminate the threat of the Abyssal Arrows coming in from different angles, and Team Liquid still having the superior amount of damage. Just look at Oheb and look at Tlph.
7,000 gold lead now for Team Liquid, but Sanji just keeps on landing these big shots, and it stops Onic ID from even going for picks. Usually with the Cho, you should be able to just walk up even when you're behind. But Sanji just landing it so easily, and again, it spots Keyboy out so many times. In-game equipment check here. See Halberd pick up. He wants to just go through the front line before getting through the back, so no BOD. It'll actually be, is that an Athena shield build-up for Oheb? On the way, yeah.
Okay, Onic ID might actually try though. There goes the curtain call and the feathered airstrike trying to bring down JP and Sanford's HP. But Team Liquid, they know that Onic ID actually want that, so they'll be trying to disengage for now, waiting potentially for the next objective. This is just such clean execution from Team Liquid overall, even when even during times wherein we feel like it is a bit too aggressive. It's not like they completely lose out on the fight.
11 minit 6,900 Tlph.
Struggle for Onic ID to find how they can set the tempo. We did see how Boye did try to do that though with the Cho that was playing from behind, but it's a different lineup right now for Onic ID.
And it is an Athena shield, right? So good against the Amon and the Farsa. That's literally the only 2 dudes that can get to Oheb right now. He's so safe in the back. That's what we said in the draft here for Team Liquid. They're just playing a proper front to back. It is a very honest front to back, but it works, especially when your backline's so good in the early game.
Rotasi dia duk kalau main Selena macam
Oheb 4-1 and 4, Sanji
menekan tu enemy.
landing shots, and
hero high ground belaan.
Healing for the team.
Twilight Armor picked up by Keyboy as well. Tlph, I feel like whoever he decides to use the curtain call on will be such an important decision, and he might decide to use it now.
Nampak
But maybe not because Team Liquid decides to engage
lompat, Vengeance dah buka. Keyboy pick off atas Sanford. Sanford dapat lompat, Sanford down.
Sanford down. It's gonna be
Keyboy down.
now as Oheb walks up, picks up the killing spree, another stack on the Sky Piercer. Onic forced back. That was a pretty good fight, I would say, for Onic. They only lost their roam for the XP, and it was because of Kai. He zoned 3 of the carries behind as he walked up, tried to go for the endless charge. I think it was a mistap. He wanted to go on Tlph, but he did land on Oheb in the end. The Athena shield stopped that from happening, stopped the kill.
Sanford dapat position ni. Tlph shut down. Ui, hampir bodoh guys. Fedex right. Oheb down.
Even with the Athena's shield gets blasted with the endless shards.
Sans.
Sans will still survive, and Savero this time
Sanji
making
down.
things
Ah,
happen,
lama.
but
Mak spin down.
Carl TZ finds the kill onto him as well.
Such a back and forth. This is the battle that we've been waiting for, and now we know why we've been waiting for, why this matchup has been so anticipated. Team Liquid, for the majority of this game, are holding on to the lead, but it never felt like too big of a lead for Onic to just stay in their base. They were constantly walking up, farming as well, finding their power spikes, and now it's Onic on the Lord. They're the ones, the Sky Kings, marching in. JP with a shield unity, Sanford with a dark wave.
Oh, but Kiboy
Kaya kena zoning.
Sanford though,
Ada strike.
but he gets to keep himself safe, but that will not keep
JP
them
down.
alive. There's a difference. Carl TZ trying his best to find the targets to deal damage, but he'll
Sanford
be
down,
able
after
to
bubble.
though. Both Sanford and
Tlph.
JP have been taken down.
Tlph still deathless. Team Liquid lose their front lines, but keep their carries, and that's why Onic still have to respect. There's no push in.
Savero
versus Carl. It's just a few shots with a crit passive. Sans in the bush.
Okay. This is a very intense back and
San dapat
forth
position kat ni.
between Team Liquid and Onic ID. It's still Onic ID clearly in control of the Lord Pit, however, but how does Team Liquid approach this without
TLT
their
lot percuma
frontliners
untuk
in
Onic.
this match? They will have to forfeit this objective. Onic ID, even after playing from behind for
baik
quite
loh
some time,
guys.
was the first
Fight
to
fight
actually
juga.
get the Lord here.
And now it's Onic with the lead. The gold lead at the start of the game, all towards mid, is gone. Great item with the Athena shield, but I guess that's why they still went him on, despite knowing there are a few items that can counter it. It just goes through, dude.
Yeah.
Like, he's gotten to a point where he's just penetrating through the magic defense. And this is why Divine Glaive and the Genius Wand is shielding into the back line. A full dive on Sans!
Sans down.
They successfully eliminate Sans, and Carl TZ goes and finds
Kyrie down.
The Lord in the
bapak
hands
sakit
of
gila kaki
Onic,
ni.
but TL
Wah,
don't
shutdown.
care.
Oh, hype pula tu dapat shutdown. Weh, mahal.
Composition of Onic against all odds, and they dive in. Lord up top, but 4 members still in the mid lane. Sanford decided to recall now as Keyboy looks to push in. I want to see the wave in the bottom lane now. Savero dodging
Kalau
with the
kena
missile
lele
arrow.
tu.
He has the heavy crossbow. They gotta be mindful of that. They can still potentially find a way to deal with the incoming waves, but they're still gonna attempt nonetheless. But Savero and
Keyboy.
Keyboy, they do successfully defend. Might pop the immortality, and there you go. But JP, he nearly got his pop too. This is
MLBB
this
right
is
here.
MLBB.
High level MLBB. The 2 teams we've been waiting for. I gotta say, my expectations have already been exceeded just a bit. Let's see if they can continue to do so. Damage dealt ranking now, Tlph, 63,000. And then a whole lot of Tlph members. So Savero, Kyrie, and Sans, they gotta start stepping up in this game, because right now it's just getting really, really tough to get through this front line.
Yep. We did see, however, the potential angles from which Onic
heavy
ID
OD.
can work on to
Savero dah
find
ada won.
at least an advantage in the fight, because again, if the curtain call is landed onto either JP and Sanford, or both of them better, then you just keep them from protecting their teammates or setting things up for Team Liquid themselves, then that just gives easy access to Kyrie, which I feel we saw earlier in the top lane, to look for his targets. There has been some targeting issues in that instance, but if it were otherwise, then things could potentially be better for Onic ID this time, especially as they only lack a single item for Kyrie to complete his build, and Savero on the other hand has completed.
Jarang-jarang kita tengok San tak dibagi main guys. Nah, ini betul dia real tak bagi main.
I like how the
Sky
gold
Pacer,
laners
stat
really
35.
acknowledge that they have to keep themselves in the fight, much to a point where we also see an Athena's shield, but proccing the passive is gonna be critical for OHEP.
Holy Crystal done for Kai. Divine Glaive.
Empat orang Athena shield lah.
So we were talking about them
Kalau TZ pun tak beli WAC, dia beli antena.
get more damage to actually go through the front line. There you go. Holy Crystal, Divine Glaive. They
mula.
have more penetration. They have more
Tlph.
force damage on Kai with the Holy Crystal. Good Shenpu from Keyboy. Might be going for the pick now. Goes for the G Kundo. Doesn't actually end up going for the way to Dragon. Good missile arrow stops Keyboy in his tracks.
Yep.
The wave up top is favorable for TL. That's slow push.
Yeah. And Tlph at least still has his curtain call. And they didn't want to go for JP. They knew that there were other more important targets to go after. They blocked.
Lot dapat Tlph. Oh, Savero! Kena lele! Sanji down. Flicker daripada Sanford. Sanford down.
They baited them out. Now JP caught in the tough spot. Tlph walks back up. Keyboy looking for Jikundo. Will be able to get it down.
Pecah emote JP. Aku rasa JP mati, guys.
Tlph zoning them in the back line. It will be JP falling as Tlph continues to the chase. Doesn't have the curtain call just yet. Pops into vengeance.
Vengeance.
Chases down the goal.
Tlph beli emo.
Buys the immortality and gets away. Keyboy.
Oh!
Hey! The dragon and the fettered airstrike still has the traceless.
Mati
However,
Tlph.
Kyrie gets the last hit.
Oi, baik duk. Fight dia.
Onic need to deal with it. That's going to be a whole base turret taken down.
Atas.
Can they go for it in time? No. It'll be a
pecah
base turret take for Team Liquid, but Onic win the fight. Oh, what a back and forth from the two champions.
This 20-minute game. I feel like it hasn't been that long.
Ni kalau dah late, guys. Onic ID boleh pegang game ni, guys, sebab dia tak ada hero high ground untuk Liquid.
That was such a play from Sanji, yes.
Kalau Team Liquid dah kena press, habis, guys.
Could have been a little more careful because they already had the Lord. But there was still a flicker from Sanford to try and engage for Onic ID. So that might have cost them this situation that they're currently in. And now in the live cam,
You
they're
boys
still
suck.
trying. Okay.
Yeah.
This is insane, MLBB.
It really is. I don't know if you guys caught that in live cam view, but JP popped into conceal and had a battle of invisibility. Like JP was trying to catch Kai. Kai was invisible. They were just sidestepping each other, dancing around. Takes two to tango, and both of them knew the assignment. Gold lead gone. I mean, the gold lead really hasn't been relevant at all in the last few fights. So now the big advantage for TL is the fact that they have a slow push into Onyx space for free up top. Bad news is, it's not the far lane, so Onic can still deal with it constantly.
What is Sanji trying to build here? Could it be a winter crown for his Selena? So he could put himself in a little more, I don't know, dangerous positions.
Sanford.
Oheb picks up the war axe too, adds it
Oheb
to
jual
his
kasut, beli
build
war
on
axe.
the Granger. This is the point wherein we'll probably see a lot more item swaps here and there. I mean, even that
Betul-betul respect the magic damage, guys.
that was definitely
Antena
something.
siap.
But this is gonna be the 20-minute mark Lord that they are gonna fight for.
Yeah. Oheb has sold his boots for a war axe, so additional sustain to deal with Onic ID's burst. For Savero, he's also sold his boots. He's bought the Wind Talker, I believe, earlier. So additional movement speed from the Wind Talker. Some damage, there you go. From Carl Sanford. Sans
flicker.
Joseph with the Winter Crown as well.
Peter Crown. Kalau Sanford flicker. Lari. Tendangan. Kaltizi. Kaltizi Peter Crown. Kyrie down. Sanford down. Savero dah ada damage. Ah! Last hit!
He survives. How on earth did they find Kyrie in the midst of everyone else?
How on earth have we only lost 2 members? One from each. Kai dying, yes. Sanford dying too. The Battle of Winter Crowns and a missile arrow landing.
Oh, semaknya lelenya.
If he was ready for that, that could have been different there. But yeah, Sanford jumped in with the Infernal Pursuit and then popped in the Winter Crown. Same goes for Tlph early with the Curtain Call. Keyboy walks up again, puts down the Curtain Call, will be able to go for the chunk of missile arrow. That's a Shunpu into it.
Yeah, they already
Keyboy tahan lot jadi dapatkan oleh Kaltizi. JP pecah emo.
He seems like he has enough damage to deal with the remaining.
Lasi lagi gila. Ah, benci lah.
JP gets away with 1 HP. You can see that smile.
Ay, bencinya hero roda ni, guys.
From the man who's at fault.
Team Liquid have found a way to win that fight, to secure that objective for themselves. The moment they were able to take out Kyrie, that was already a massive win for them heading into the fight. So now Onic ID will have to rely on their defense. At least for Savero though, he does really have a lot of damage to bring out, but he cannot let the Abyssal Arrows land. He cannot let any other member of Team Liquid interrupt his attempt to defend for his team.
Konsil,
And the problem
JP.
right now is, Abyssal Arrow landing, Sanford jumping in!
Oh, they actually tried to
pecah
burst out
emote Keyboy.
Keyboy pops his immortality, but JP might get
Episode
punished
hero
here.
kena
They
pula
still get to take
Barca.
out the turret, and
Tlph minta crown. Kalkizi pecah. Imo double kill dapat oleh Kairi.
Another turn, Onic defend.
3.
Flashbacks to 2023 MSC when Liquid got all of
Boleh
the
end, Duk.
lords constantly, but Onic
Sebab dah late game tu 40 saat, 50 saat, 42.
Liquid have gotten 3 base turrets, so yes, they lose 3 members, but
Boleh
it's still
ke?
worth it
Tak
for
sempat,
them. Those
guys.
3 members will
Tak
spawn,
sempat,
the base turrets will not. I don't know about this. Was this necessary? Did they really need to do that? And if they wanted to, I think
Lupi
they should have
baita
done it
kau, pam,
around the
itu.
Lord. Oh, Keyboy with a kick over to Sanji. No one there to follow it up in the live cam view.
Boleh lah end, sumpah boleh. Tak ada damage tu, Keyboy tak ada. Wah. Late game lah. GG.
Onic!
Wah, game pertama dimenang oleh Onic.
Kings take the
GG.
game from
Keren.
nowhere. They pull it down.
Congratulations to Onic.
Okay.
Nice try untuk Tlph. Sama-sama kita saksikan perlawanan kedua sebentar saja lagi guys. Let's go. Wah, bye.